What is it about some places? The places where we feel a sense of fellowship, where service is of the highest priority, whether to each other or to ourselves. A journey familiar like a warm bath for the soul. Along the way we may get lost, but we always seem to find a friendly hand reaching out, guiding us the way back there, where we owe it to our younger selves. Just to feel like we're getting a little bit better at us. This place will always be there for you. This place is sacred. Because this place is home.
Joel Hillsman, Barry Browner, and Sylvester Williams here in the final game of the 10th annual Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic. The Peachtree Ridge Lions, who played a thriller right here at the Jared Cook Classic last night, taking on the undefeated Grayson Rams. Joffrey Pierce, the head coach of the Grayson Rams. Marcus Diggs, the head coach of the Peachtree Ridge Lions. The starting lineups first for the visiting Grayson Rams: number 0, Rico Hallman; number 2, Javon Tatum; number 5, Davion Smith; number 22, Ian Shefflin; number 24, Josh Smith. Hallman, Tatum, Smith, Shefflin, and Smith. For the Peachtree Ridge Lions, number 2, Christian Williams; number 0, Cam Ayola; number 23, BJ Knight; number 25, Richard Rivers; and number 11, Mayo Akinsumi. Ola, Williams, Knight, Rivers, and Akinsumi. The starting 5 for the Peachtree Ridge Lions. Barry, an overtime loss last night by Peachtree Ridge to a very good Lambert team. Grayson coming in at 4-0. What kind of game should we expect?
I think you're going to see, like I said, there's some intriguing matchups at the guard position. One matchup that's going to be key is going to be BJ Knight and Rico Hallman. If Rico Hallman's known as a defensive player, if he can do anything with BJ Knight, it's going to be a long night.
Grayson will be all in green, green tops, green bottoms, gold numbers. Peachtree Ridge, they'll be all in white, white tops, white bottoms, blue numbers, and red trim. Big Richard Rivers, all 7-footer. Ian Shefflin, all 6'9" of him. Underway. Davion Smith tipped it to the back, and now picking it up and recovering it is Javon Tatum. Tatum now to Hallman. Hallman puts it on the floor, worked on defensively by Atkinson.
Be interesting to see how Peachtree Ridge comes out after last night's overtime loss to a very, like you said, a very good Lambert squad.
Ian Shefflin gets the party started with a 3-ball, showing the range.
Nice shot by Ian Shefflin. Like I said, he can do damage on the inside and the outside.
They go into Rivers. Rivers lost it out of bounds, and it will go over to the Grayson Rams. Marcus Diggs in his first year taking over for Keith Arrington. Keith still wants to coach, but wants to get closer to his family out there in the Augusta area, and I'm quite sure if a job comes open there in the Augusta area, Keith will be up the bat for it with the talent pool that is there.
No doubt about it. Somebody will be happy to have Coach Arrington.
Here's Davion Smith. Smith now gives it to Shefflin. Shefflin, another 3. No. Thought it was a foul. Tried to be saved. It was saved by Smith. Underneath, Tatum up off the window and scores. Javon Tatum, who led all of DeKalb County in scoring last year by 1 percentage point over a freshman in Javen Flowers-Smith.
Yeah, Javon Tatum can shoot the basketball.
Show the range. Richard Rivers. No. Rebound comes off. Underneath, up and in.
I think Coach Diggs, Richard Rivers came out and did the same thing last night. I think it's established that he gets 1-3 a game. One and a half. Yeah, one and a half.
He starts the half off with one.
Mays with the hoop. Here's Davion Smith. Davion now Over to Josh Smith. Josh goes to the elbow. Jumper is off, no good. Rivers gets the rebound, and he hands it over to the guard, and they'll come with Cam Iola. Iola now gives it over to Christian Williams. Williams back to Richard Rivers. Rivers puts it on the floor, now hands it off. Man, I go post him up. So much I would do with Richard Rivers. On the floor, steal. Smith fell down, picked it up with the pass, and gave it to Tatum. Tatum up ahead now to Hallman. Hallman goes baseline, skips it to the corner to Davion Smith. Josh Smith now has it, and he'll pull it back out. Josh Smith coming over from Holy Innocents. Tatum to Shefflin. Shefflin up, count it, and the foul. Ian Shefflin.
Good finish by Ian Shefflin. We watched Colin Granger go last night for 41. Ian Shefflin's got that same type of feel. Wow, hockey sub.
Hockey substitutions for Peachtree Ridge. Chase Toomer into the contest, Justin Caffey into the contest, BJ Knight into the contest, and also Amari Davis. So a fresh 5 with just under 2.5 minutes going by. 3-point play made by Ian Shefflin. 8-2.
BJ Knight is an assassin.
Shot the ball well last night.
26 points in the effort. Pass is tipped and almost stolen, and it will go to the Grayson Rams. So Tatum, Smith, Hallman, Shefflin, and Smith, the 5 on the floor for Grayson.
Grayson loves to apply that pressure defense.
Tatum slipping, turnover. Toomer knocked it free and gave it to Davis. They skip it up ahead now in the corner is Avant. Brandon Avant drives, flipped off the window, no, rebounded, rolled off. Shefflin tipped it in there, and here comes Davion Smith. Smith now across the timeline, he'll set it up now for the Grayson Rams to Tatum. Tatum drives, spins Toomer with good defense. Out to Hallman, open 3, hill of the rim, no, rebound, Tatum. Offensive foul on the back for Davion Smith.
Forget the fact that he got the offensive foul. That's your point guard.
He's one of the better rebounding guards you're ever going to see. He goes up and goes after rebounds, Davion Smith. And that'll be kind of interesting to see him and Oyala, number 0, Cam for Peachtree Ridge. Both of those guys go up after rebounds being guards.
Here's Avant, dunked it off for a slam dunk to Amari Davis. Play him in waves, why don't you? 8-4. Hallman will bring it up. Hallman goes around the screen. Hallman still on the dribble, drives, had to kick it back to Tatum. Catch fire, a 3. Tatum, no. Rebound, Shefflin tried to keep it alive. It goes off of Peachtree Ridge and will stay with the Grayson Rams.
Good rebound, a way to get in there and mix it up by big Eli Shefflin.
Steal, and now here comes the Ridge. Over, open, 3. Art rolled off, no good. He wanted to have it, did BJ Knight. Save and a steal. Here's Avant. Avant jumper. It was bothered by Smith, but scored. He was able to shoot it over, and Brandon Avant with the hoop. 8-6, and Peachtree Ridge a little 4-0 spurt. And Grayson calls a quick timeout with 3:52 to go. Watch SUV TV whenever and wherever you want. Streaming live and on demand on Amazon Fire TV, Roku TV, Apple TV, and Android TV. Visit WatchSUVTV.com to watch full game broadcasts, replays, and select original content. Sly, you got them all set up in the house, man, so you can watch all of them on demand?
Got them all set up, everything. Got my Roku on one TV. Got my Amazon on the other one. We all ready to go.
And he got the live on one side and the on-demand on the other. But see, Barry has his set up on 4 in the penthouse.
Well, you know, Barry work on a different budget than the rest of us. You know, Barry do big things. He's big things, Barry.
3:50 to go, 8-6. I think Barry's just a hoop head. That's what it is.
It's like to watch basketball anytime I can.
Anytime I get to call it, which is great. Hallman out of the timeout. Jumper, hill of the rim, no. Rebound, kicked off, and it's going to be tied up. Jump ball, possession arrow will be to the Peachtree Ridge Lions.
one common thing. I know this Peachtree Ridge team is aggressive, y'all. That's the reason why this is going to be a really good test for Grayson. Can't have those type of turnovers, though. I'm surprised Coach Marcus Diggs, he sat all 5 of his starters and continues to sit them, though.
Here's Davion Smith across the timeline. Picked up defensively by Avent. Smith, that Tatum, skips it in the corner. Hallman open a 3, good. Rico Hallman, a 3. He's a corner 3-ball shooter. We've seen him do that a couple of times, Barry.
Yep, we watched him last year against Newton. He did that a couple of times. But this is the thing about Rico Hallman. Rico Hallman has got to hit that shot to keep people honest.
Yep.
If he doesn't hit that shot, it's going to be a long night.
Hallman coming in, he scored in double figures in his last 2 contests, 11 in the win over Dutchtown and 10 over the win over Decula. And you guys saw that Dutchtown massacre, that Dutchtown victory in person.
That was a beating, man.
Yeah.
That was a beating.
Shot up, no, and a foul. So Amari Davis will go to the free throw line.
One of those ones where they just good old-fashioned take you behind the woodshed.
I like to call it a butt cut.
Nah, you know, in the spirit that Creed comes out this weekend. Remember on Rocky where he said just throw the towel? I was trying to throw the towel, it wouldn't reach, man. Unfortunately.
Amari Davis free throw good. I can't wait to see Creed myself. Creed 2, I should be technical. Free throw good from Amari Davis. 11-8 now. Grayson with the lead on Peachtree Ridge. 2.5 to go. Smith comes across the timeline, picked up by Avent. Gets the screen from Shefflin. Looks, picked up the dribble, and the pass was tipped away. They fight for it into the backcourt. Good hustle. Get on the floor. Shefflin, timeout call, Grayson Rams.
Ooh, that's good hustle. Good hustle by both. Good hustle by Shefflin not to let him get it.
And Amari Davis, you know,
good hustle by Davis to make him play for it.
Exactly, because he could have gotten it cleanly and came down and gotten an easy dunk. Get on the floor. I love it when you get on the floor. I do.
Hey, you know what I love about that right there? Shefflin called the timeout. Looking at the replay, I saw Shefflin call the timeout, not Coach Spears.
That's heady thinking by Shefflin.
And he's just a sophomore, too. I like that basketball IQ by the young man.
At Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, the sports medicine team doesn't just treat the pain from sports injuries. They work with young athletes to fix the problem and teach them proper sports mechanics. When you choose Children's, you're in the hands of specialists who understand how to help young athletes get back in the game. Visit choa.org/sportsmed to learn more. Smith in the corner. Hallman open, another 3. Good. Back-to-back threes. Rico Hallman, right corner and left corner.
That's a good shot by Hallman. Grayson gonna come with a press, 2-2-1.
Spins it, and now here they go in a drive and score. Justin Caffey. Caffey with his first 2 points. As we come up on 100 seconds to go, Davion Smith drives, lost it, and a foul call, and that'll be called on Chase Toomer. Nice crowd on hand for the later evening games here in the final day of the Jared Cook Classic.
You know, we always question teams' depth. I think the Peachtree Ridge is showing y'all they got depth. Their 5 starters are still sitting.
They do. I mean, they have 18 on the roster. I mean, the scorebooks. Oh, Davion Smith and air reverse. No. Shefflin fights, gets the rebound underneath. Shefflin, they're tied up, and he traveled.
He did. I was waiting to see if they were going to call the foul, but he traveled.
Substitution now. Taj Kelly comes in, and Ashton Malone.
Tajay Kelly, another big you bring off the bench. Young pup for Coach Pierce's squad. Ian Shefflin kind of struggled the other night. Tajay Kelly stepped in and played well, though.
The youth movement is strong over there at Grayson.
Sir.
Peachtree Ridge running the set. Here's B.J. Knight. Knight on the action to Davis and scores. Amari Davis with 6 points came off the bench. 14-12, cut to 2. Ashton Malone across the timeline, a former CP3 rising star. Spent his freshman season at Norcross, now here at Grayson. Baseline, they had to kick it back out. Into the contest now, Xavier Ayers. Hallman drives, kicks to the corner to Malone. Malone spins up with the right hand, no. Rebound, Ayers underneath. Ayers, shot, no. Davis on the glass. I like Davis's side.
Yeah.
Here's Avant, picked up by Malone, final half minute. Davis tried to save it and does, and now a loose ball foul will be called. And it will be called on Xavier Ayers.
It's his first, the team's third.
And he's tapping himself on the head, Amari Davis. Yeah. He's a little bit spent.
Number 25, Rich Rivers.
But you know what? That's one thing about having a team where everybody plays and he plays so many players. You can touch yourself on the head and say, Coach, I need to come out, because you know Coach going to put you back in pretty soon because everybody plays.
That bench is long. 17 total on the bench. 12 on the bench. Set 5 in the game, in case somebody thought I literally meant 17. They took 2 buses, put it that way. Avant goes around the screen, now kicks it to the corner, and the passing lane was stolen. Here's Malone with 14 seconds, and a foul call, and that'll be on Chase Toomer, and that'll be his second.
Featuring fouls number 12, Chase Toomer, that's his second, the team's third.
Richard Rivers has back into the contest, number 25, the big 7-footer. He's a senior. Here's Xavier Ayers now to Hallman. Hallman has hit a pair of threes from each corner. Hallman drives, took contact, and he was fouled on the way up. And let's see, 2 shots, the foul called on Richard Rivers.
Rich Rivers is his first, the team's fourth. Number 0, Rico Hallman at the line.
So Hallman going to the free throw line. He has struggled quite a bit in the early going over the weekend from the free throw line.
And that's it. If you're going to foul him, go ahead and make it worth it.
Yeah. Hallman, like I said, he's got, what, 7 so far?
Just made that. He's got 6, 7. Yep, 7 points.
Number 4, Amari Davis.
1 of 1.
2 free throws. 2 threes for Hallman so far.
In the victory over the Kula, 2 of 7 from the free throw line. Still got 10 points in that game. Misses that free throw. He splits double figures in his last 2 outings. And the passing lane stolen. Shot will not count. So we're at the end of the first quarter. The Grayson Rams have a 15-12 lead over the Peachtree Ridge Lions right here. The SUVTV.com.
We're going to inbound the ball on the baseline under our basket.
We've done it a million times.
We're setting a box 42. Owen, you're the inbounder.
Go.
Kyle, you're popping to the corner as a decoy. Glaze it over.
You're not getting
Beautiful. He's doing it right now.
Nice.
Connor, you're on the elbow.
Here we go.
You're going to float
Focus
towards
up.
the top. Look at this. It's like you're in space. I'm an
Plan B.
astronaut.
Here we
Mike,
go.
you're going to do a tough V cut. Okay, it might be a
that
Z
lane.
cut. Might be a
Take
Y
that
cut.
lane.
Make a strong cut, all right?
Footwork.
Go right to the
I need
basket
footwork.
for an easy bucket.
Sneaker squeak,
right?
sneaker squeak. High off that
Boom.
glass. That's deuce, baby.
It's 2
Deuce.
points.
Courtside from North Gwinnett Gymnasium, glad that you are with us. 15-12, Grayson has the lead, and they will start in possession. Hallman will inbound, and then he gives it over to Ashton Malone. So it is Hallman, Malone, Ayers, Justin Bogard into the contest, and Tajay Kelly. Hallman over to Malone, a 3 on the way, no rebound. They fight for it. Ayers pulls it away. Hallman, top side, a 3 on the way, hill of the rim, no. Rebound comes off, good board, strong board by Justin Caffey.
It looks like Grayson showing you they got some bench depth too.
Caffey to Avant. Over to BJ Knight. Knight yet to get going, went off for 26 last night. Foul called, that'll be Ayers, his second foul.
Grayson fouls on number 3, Xavier Ayers. That's his second. The team's
I think what you saw last night was Colin Granger putting people on notice.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what happened. But if you follow the Georgia Hoop Circle and SUV TV, well, we told you about that in October. Get that shot out of here. Sent away. A block by Kelly. And now here he's coming back is Ayers. Ayers still in the game with foul trouble over to Bogart. Bogart goes baseline and a foul called as he tried to go baseline. This one will be called on Justin Caffey.
Peachtree Ridge fouls on number 14, Justin Caffey. It's his first. The team's 5th.
You know, I can't wait till we get to the point where we get to see Tajay Kelly and Shiflin in the lineup at the same time. See those two twin towers playing together. The future looks bright over there at Grayson.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Rebound underneath comes off to Caffey. Caffey gives it up ahead, and now here's Cam Oyola. Oyola into the contest now, has yet to score at 14 points in the overtime loss to Lambert last night. Their victory came right here over GAC, Greater Atlanta Christian, on Saturday. So Peachtree Ridge first 3 games here. They played all 3 days here in the Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic.
Grayson fouls on number 0, Rico Holman. It's his first.
Ayola definitely had a good game yesterday. Like I said, it was all over. Sly said it earlier. All over the floor, making plays. You know, I just wonder if this, you know, that game was late. Overtime game. I just kind of wonder if this Peachtree Ridge team is kind of spinning a little bit.
Free throw is good. Yeah, I thought about that. I was watching the Rams and the Chiefs. So I was watching an equally good game, but I had the SUV TV feed. So to make you guys feel good, the SUV TV audio was up. The TV was down. So just giving y'all props.
Well, thank you.
Hey, y'all ain't never did that before?
Nah.
Goodness.
I don't like to hear myself, to be honest.
Moving on. Tried to give you some love. There you go. You know, segue in there. They left me out to dry. Tatum across the lane, up and scores. Javon Tatum.
Bucket by number 2, Javon Tatum.
Good take, Javon Tatum.
Oyola over to the left. Now gives it back out to the top to Paul Hosey, who's into the contest, number 22. I think also in the early season, you have this many, you want to see what they can do in a game situation. When it comes region tournament time and state, that rotation will shrink.
It'll slow down.
But what do you do in a situation? See, we always talk about that, but what do you do with a team like Grayson? What do you do with a team like Peachtree Ridge, who legitimately got 10 guys that can play?
Well, legitimately, them the 10 I'm going with. Malone, no good. Rebound, Hosey, he's fouled. Let's see who the foul will be on. Will it be on Malone? It will on Ashton Malone.
Grayson fouls on
When you have a situation like that, though, the cream always rises to the top. You know, you start out the year 10, 12 people playing, and then at the end of the year, slowly move on down. You get to the playoffs, you might have 7 or 8 going. You know, the cream gonna rise to the top.
Listen, Marcus Diggs is in his first year, and I'm very happy for him to get the job here. If it takes him 2 or 3 games to find out who his top 10 are and then save it, go ahead. At least you have the toys to be able to do that with. There's a drive, no tip, Hosey good off the bench and into the scorebook. And then you have to get him to buy in.
Right. That's the hardest part. Sitting in that first chair, sitting in that second chair, y'all can't even imagine how hard it is.
Out of the corner, a 3, no good. Rebound comes off now to Caffey. Peachtree Ridge is hungry. They're fighting each other for the ball. Drive on the baseline now going. It's Christian Williams. Kicks it back out. Gonna set it up again. You almost need a football spot board with Peachtree Ridge because of the numbers, the sheer numbers. Oyola has it, gets a screen. Now he takes it between the rings. Hesitates, run a drive, put it up off the window. No, tip out of bounds, and it will stay with Peachtree Ridge with 4:29 to go. Grayson has a 2-point lead. Davion Smith checks back into the contest, Barry. 4:29 to go, has yet to score.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising for me, knowing the explosiveness that Davion Smith possesses.
Has he shot, though? I don't. I don't recall him shooting too many times.
Inbound. Oyola floated it up. No, Shefflin gets the rebound. I think, too, also, Barry, if Coach Joffrey Pierce gets some minutes from Shefflin, man, which he's getting good minutes, Shefflin could be a factor. This is a sophomore.
Yeah.
Who gave up football at Grayson. Shefflin, 3. I thought he was on cue. Rebound, Davion Smith. Offensive rebound and a second chance opportunity for the Grayson Rams. In the corner, tried to get it to Shefflin. Pass wasn't clean. He recovered it. Back to Davion Smith. Under 4 minutes now, halfway gone, second quarter. Akinsuma picks up Smith, but he goes around the screen, spins, took contact, and was fouled. And then Justin Caffey turns and looks at Mr. Official and says, I had everything from the floor to the ceiling.
You know, you're talking about the minutes that Shefflin plays. You know, I wonder how that works with him and Tajay Kelly, and then when Kenyon Jackson comes back. You know, where do you siphon those minutes off for Kenyon Jackson? Because Kenyon's gonna get some playing time if he decides to play.
And Carlos Dixon.
This Grayson team, now that's a problem I wouldn't mind having if I was Coach Pierce.
That's what they call one of them good problems.
Smith connects on the first free throw, so he's in the scorebook. 18-15. Back iron, no. Rebound, Oyola. Oyola ripped that one out of the glass. 18-15, 3:39 to go. The pace has not been fast in this contest. Inside, turn off the window and scored. A good move, Paul Hosey. Now he has both field goals in this second quarter, and he came off the bench and just played in this second quarter. Did not play in the first quarter.
Nice job by Hosey.
And Hosey didn't score at all yesterday.
Offensive foul call on the Grayson Rams.
Tatum's trying to bulldog his way in there. That's no pun intended, North Connect.
Michael Howard now in for Grayson, so Coach Joffrey Pitts goes reaching down his bench.
But this is a young guy that played the other night when we were at Jones, at Maynard Jackson, at the Hawks Nation. Got a little time. He's a shooter.
14 on that bench brought off the bus. 3 by B.J. Knight. No, can't get it to go. Can't pick up from last night. Kicks it up ahead. Now goes baseline. Josh Smith up. No. Smith tipped it. Rebound comes off Paul Hosey. Want to talk about effective in your time off the bench.
Yep.
On the hesitation now, Williams. Oyola drives, took the contact. No. Got his own board in the paint. They fight for it underneath. Coming away with it is Shefflin. Ian Shefflin gives it to Davion Smith with 2.5 to go here in this second quarter. 18-17. The pace has slowed here in this second quarter after a 15-12 score after the first. Foul called on the floor.
Featuring foul number 23, B.J. Knight. That's his first.
B.J. Knight hit with the foul, but the team now is in the bonus. 17 fouls, so both teams are in the 1-1 with 2:20 to go. Brandon Avant checks back in. Excuse me, Barry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Low scoring first half, y'all.
Surprising.
And most of that has came in this second quarter. Both teams have struggled from the field a little bit in the second quarter. Free throw is good by Davion Smith. Free throw from Smith, front iron, no, tip, rebound comes off, Smith is gonna steal it. Smith into Shefflin, Shefflin up and in and scores. Okay, Ian Shefflin is officially on the team, and you better take note of it if you haven't already. He's going to be a factor for the Grayson Rams.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Big body, like I said.
Oh, nice move there, Cam Oyola, his first field goal on the drive.
And I think that's what we've been waiting on from Cam Oyola.
21-19, 150 to go. Here's Davion Smith now. Smith hesitates, goes behind the back, and will pull it back out with 100 seconds. Smith leans it up. No, Shefflin rebound up. It fell off. Rebound, they fight for it, pulled off by Amari Davis. Shefflin with 8 points in the contest. Ayola between the rings, now going to drive left of the lane with the right hand and finish. So back-to-back scoring drives for Cam Ayola.
Nice on the little scoop. Ayola's tough, Joe. I don't know if you've seen him play before, but
Saw the game last night. I heard about him before. Out of control. Oh, counted and the foul. Rico Hallman and one.
I thought he had position on. Look at that replay.
Let's look at this thing.
Featuring fouls number 4, Amari Davis is his first. The team's 8.
Oh, nah. He had position, man.
He hit him on the side.
In the game for Grayson, number 2, Javon Tatum.
So Rico Hallman will go to the free throw line. He's 1 of 2 on the day. He has 9 points. He's shooting for 10. It would give him 3 straight games in double figures. Or his last 3 games in double figures. There it is. The three-point play is true. 24-21. Spins it to the left, and here's Ayola. Ayola now gives it to Hosey. Hosey turns up and got the roll. All right, Paul Hosey, all 6 points here in this second quarter. He's been very, very effective off the Peachtree Ridge bench.
Start calling Paul Hosey Magneto, because every time you touch that ball in there, his magnetic wants to go through that rim.
Smith to Smith. No. Rebound. Fought for. Hosey comes away with it. Gives it off now, and here comes Avant. Brandon Avant in the final half minute. Pass was tipped. Davis recovers. No. Shefflin gets the steal. Here they got numbers 2 on 1. Tatum going to throw the alley to Davion Smith for the slam.
Nice.
On the other end of the alley, the first field goal for Davion Smith.
Nice finish by Davion Smith.
That kid gets up so high, man.
Ayola has it. Pulls a 3. Oh, Cam Ayola. Take that with you. 26-26. Smith at the horn, no. A very good first half. It leads us to a 26-26 tie from the 10th annual Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic. We're at the half. Grayson and Peachtree Ridge, the SUVTV.com.
What is it about some places? The places where we feel a sense of fellowship, where service is of the highest priority, whether to each other or to ourselves. A journey familiar like a warm bath for the soul. Along the way we may get lost, but we always seem to find a friendly hand reaching out, guiding us the way back there, where we owe it to our younger selves. Just to feel like we're getting a little bit better at us. This place will always be there for you. This place is sacred. Because this place is home.
Now we're going to inbound the ball on the baseline under our basket.
We've done it a million
We're
times.
setting up box 42. Owen, you're the inbounder. Kyle, you're popping to the corner as a decoy. Glaze it over.
You're not getting
Beautiful. He's doing it right now.
Nice.
Connor, you're on the elbow.
Here we go.
You're going to float
Focus
towards
up.
the top. Look at this. It's like you're in space. I'm an
Plan B.
astronaut.
Here we
Mike,
go.
you're going to do a tough V cut. Okay, it might
Take
be a
that
Z
lane.
cut. Might be a
Take
Y
that
cut.
lane.
Make a strong cut, all right?
Footwork.
Go right to the
I need
basket
footwork.
for an easy bucket.
Sneaker squeak.
Right?
Sneaker squeak. High off that glass.
Boom.
That's deuce, baby.
It's 2
Deuce.
points.
Heels or flats? Heels. Around here, we're decision-making pros. But when she got injured last season, I almost made the wrong decision. I thought I could take her where I rehabbed my knee, but her coach told me, take her to Children's. No thanks. All that experience helped my daughter heal faster and come back stronger.
Now we just need to decide where I'll play in college.
Road trip.
The 360, he throws it down.
He'll come off the double screen to the left. Oh, and wide open underneath. Sexton goes step back, fade away three.
Golly, Sexton.
In the lane by Tracy. Here's Williamson, makes his way around one tight. Now hustling in toward the lane and throws it down. That's what the crowd had been waiting on. A fantastic dunk coming in by Williamson. Trent, off balance jumper.
Nails it. Pierre to Gary Trent Jr. And oh my goodness, that's how you end the game, folks.
Joel Hillsman, Barry Browner, and Sylvester Williams back here with you as we get ready for the second half. We're tied at 26 between the Grayson Ram and the Peachtree Ridge Lions. You take a look at some of that B-roll action there. Cam Iola with 7, Amari Davis with 6, Paul Hosey with 6, leading the way for the Lions. For the Grayson Rams, Rico Hallman has 10, and Ian Shefflin has 8. Davion Smith has 4 to power the Grayson Rams. It'll be Tatum, Shefflin, Smith, Davion Smith, Josh Smith, and Rico Hallman, the starters, coming out here in this second half for the Grayson Rams. For the Peachtree Ridge line, Cam Iola, Christian Williams, B.J. Knight, Richard Rivers, and number 11, Mayo Akasuma. What do you expect to see in the second half, Sylvester?
More of the same, more of the same. But I really expect them to work on Rivers. Rivers got in foul trouble early, so we couldn't see a lot of Rivers. But watch how they try to establish. Look at him, straight out of the break.
Inside, Rivers turns. He was fouled. Let's see who they call it on. It'll be 2 shots. And they will call it on Rico Hallman. Hallman picks up his second.
Yeah, first play out the gate, they get down to the big man. I like his feet. He has soft hands. He catches it. He's one of those big men who keeps the ball up high. Just a high fundamental big man. And I like it. And one thing about him, Barry, you remember last night, Joe, he ran the court. He ran the court, Joe.
At 7 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can be special if he wants to. I can tell you that now. Even though he's a senior, he could fine-tune it and really do some stuff. Play at the collegiate level. How about Stacey Augman last night, Barry? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Stacey Augman, first foreign coach to get a victory in the KBL. Basketball is played all over the world. Cam Iola drives. Shefflin blocked it. Sent away. Long outlet pass. Davion Smith goes up. Layup good. Davion Smith.
I think Shefflin got away with a goaltender on that one.
May have been. It was a bang-bang call. Coach Marcus Dixon wanted it as well. Happened right here in front of the Peachtree Ridge Lion bench. Rivers going to come out and give the screen to Iola. Iola goes, step back, going to pull a 3 on line. Good! Cam Iola in double figures with 10. Iola, strip the nets. His second 3. 31-28, the Ridge has the lead. Peachtree Ridge lying in the woods, Barry Browner. Drive up, no. Rivers gets the rebound, protects it, and now gives it off to Iola. Iola picked up by Smith, who switches now to Tatum. He gives in the corner. Knocked away and a steal. Davion leading the break now for the Rams. He outraces Rivers and drives, layup good, too fast in the open floor for Davion Smith.
Now, I know I said Rivers runs the floor, but he can't keep up with that guy.
Yeah. Nah, that's too much speed. He runs. How about he runs the floor well for a man of that size?
Exactly.
Tried to give it in low, and foul call, I think, on Shefflin.
This is a good learning lesson for young Shefflin right here. To battle that big man, you're going to battle a legit 7-footer who's a legit 240, 250.
Davion there with the quickness. Rivers catches it, holds it, now puts it on the floor. Step in, jumper, no. Rebound. Shefflin on the floor. They fight for it. Jump ball, possession arrow to the Peachtree Ridge Lions. Check it, Grayson Ram. Peachtree Ridge in white, white tops, white bottoms, orange number, blue numbers, and red trim. Oh boy, orange. Grayson all in green, green tops, green bottom, gold numbers. Shefflin goes baseline. Rivers bothered and blocked it. Shefflin stayed with it. Shefflin turns. It didn't go over the lip of the rim. And B.J. Knight gets the rebound. They fight for him. Knight gets it up ahead now, and here comes Christian Williams. Williams hesitates, worked on by Hallman, left his feet, but he passes it off to Knight. B.J. Knight, his first field goal coming off the Christian Williams assist. 33-30 with 5:17 to go. Spin it to the right to Hallman. Hallman around the screen. Hallman drives, right hand, left side. Good. Rico Hallman with 12.
I just tell you about Rico Hallman. Rico Hallman's having a good game. And Grayson needs all 12 of his points, to be honest.
Yes, sir, they do. Smith goes behind the back, foul in the open floor by Akinsume. Akinsume hit with the foul. 33-32. Peachtree Ridge has a 1-point lead. Here's Tatum. Tatum comes across the timeline. Hands it off to Smith. Smith, top side, three, short, front iron. Rebound comes off to Amari Davis. Davis had a solid first half. He had 6 points, all of them in that first quarter. Iola thought he was going to pull that. Tatum comes out defensively, gets the screen from Davis. Now over to the top to B.J. Knight. Knight now spins it, and they hold it on this left side to Chase Toomer. Toomer got some burn in that first half, but did not score. Turn, Knight, jump hook, left it short. Rebound, tip, Iola out of the guard spot, peels it back out. Sets it up, now spins it over to Williams. Williams down low, the extra pass to Davis, he blew the layup. Gave up the three to try to get the bunny, and Davis couldn't finish it. Now a foul in the backcourt.
Good thought, though. Good thought.
That's when you go up and dunk.
Yep. Hey, make a miss. Make a miss. Try it.
Saw that move earlier from the last game when Amari Cooper took that spin and just went up with two hands and just flushed it down. That basic big man move, that's one of those moves. That's when you have to use moves like that. Go up two hands and flush it.
Hallman brought it across the timeline, now dumps it into nobody. It was taken up, pass was intercepted by Davis. Davis to Iola, Iola to Toomer. Toomer layup good, Chase Toomer. Transition buckets, and they were able to get it out and score.
Nice finish by Toomer.
35-32.
His low-scoring games got to be affecting Grayson a little bit.
I would have to think so. Tatum around the screen. Tatum one way and the other. In the corner to Xavier Ayers. Ayers across the lane. Coleman open. Hallman three. Karams off the rim. Offensive rebound by Shefflin. Jump hook good. Ian Shefflin. Between Shefflin and Hallman right now. By committee, you want to say Shefflin and Hallman keeping them alive.
Good
Hallman
job.
12, Shefflin 10. They've combined for 22 of the 34 points.
You saw how Hallman drew the contact. Shefflin drew the contact.
Inside, Davis couldn't get it. Extra pass there, Justin Caffey. Got the second chance opportunity, but could not score. So now here is Davion Smith. Davion drives, going to put it up. It is good. Davion Smith, a floater. He's warmed up here with 6 third-quarter points. And they take the lead, 36-35, 2:44 to go. Jumper, good. The left end, Christian Williams, his first field goal.
Good shot by Christian Williams, too. Took his time, shot the little midi.
Shefflin coming to give the screen for Davion. Hedged out well by Davis. Davion now down low to Shefflin, who dunked it home. He had the extra dribble in there, Barry, but still was able to get the dunk before the defense came.
Good finish by Eli Shefflin. Like I said, big body sophomore, about 6'7", 6'8".
Coach Mario Mays is not here with us here, but he'll say a next level play. If Shefflin doesn't dribble that and dunks it, that's a next level play.
Yep.
Rebound comes off the springing legs of Davion Smith. Smith looks, he found Ayers. Ayers had it foul, blocked by Amari Davis with a foul call.
I don't know if that was a foul, though.
Let's see if he got the hand a little bit. Oh, that's Shefflin. Look at Shefflin.
He dribbled and dunked it. Now, that's a better defender, a taller defender. That's a block.
Yep. Yeah,
he
gave him an extra second.
You gave him that half second. Free throw good from Xavier Ayers. Tatum out, Malone in. Davion Smith now with 10 points in the game. Rico Hallman with 12. And Ian Shefflin with 10. Ayers, good. He makes both free throws, his first 2 points of the contest. 40-37, a 3-point lead for Grayson. 148. You did mention low-scoring game, and we're getting late third quarter. Rivers holds it. The Oyola. Oyola between the rings. Feed it in to Rivers. Rivers turns up with the left hand and one. Richard Rivers.
He got too deep, man. You know, hey. You know what that is, right? Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken. Shefflin reached first, then turned late, and the foul came late. And he got the roll. Rivers completes the three-point play. So Richard Rivers held scoreless in that first half, now has 5 points. We have a tie ball game. 40-40 with 1:28 to go. As you take a look at our, I keep saying that's the NBA live angle tight shot. I look at my producer and I'm looking, is that what I should call it? So now Hallman kicks it back out to Malone. Malone goes up, no good. Rebound comes off, up, underneath, and a foul as Xavier Ayers goes to the free throw line. 40-40. Ayers going to the free throw line. Ayers will get one more after connecting on the first one with 1:12 to go here. Makes both of them. 42-40 with 1:10 to go. Akinsamoah gets it in. There's a jump by B.J. Knight. Good, B.J. Knight. A lot of players for Peachtree Ridge scored their first points here in this third quarter. And Barry and Sylvester, we have not seen the bulk substitutions.
Right.
Smith drives, layup, no. So Davion Smith will be going to the free throw line now. Smith on the day is 2 of 4 from the line.
And see, that right there, that's Rivers out of his game right there with that swat. What Rivers does when he's on defense, what I like, he does a great job of just getting big. He'll put his hands up, and I remember last night he had a couple of blocked shots where he didn't even jump. But once he starts that swat and he starts to jump the block shots, that's not his game.
Toomer out, Oyola back in for the Ridge Lions. Free throw good for Davion Smith.
I'll tell you the one thing that Grayson has done, though, shot the ball at the free throw line well, though. I don't remember them really missing a whole lot of shots.
I think they only missed 3 as a whole team. As a team, they only missed 3 tonight.
They are 11 of 14 from the free throw line and have a 44-42 lead. Slide with the quick stack work. Rivers in the paint. Pass was deflected by Hallman, recovered by Knight. He turns, shoots, and scores. He's got 6 points all in this third quarter. Man. 18-point third quarter for both teams. We were even at 26 at the half. Back over. Hallman, left wing, a 3. Front iron, no. Rebound tonight with 4. With 3, he spins it up ahead to Christian Williams. Williams layup. Did not go in to beat the horn. We're tied after the third. Grayson, 44. Peachtree Ridge, 44. You're watching exclusive coverage of the 10th annual Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic on SUV TV.
We're going to inbound the ball on the baseline under our basket.
We've done it a million
We're
times.
setting up box 42. Owen, you're the inbounder. Kyle, you're popping to the corner as a decoy. Glaze it over.
You're not getting
Beautiful. He's doing it right now.
Nice.
Connor, you're on the elbow.
Here we go.
You're going to float
Focus
towards the top. Look at this. It's like you're in
Floating.
space. I'm an
Plan B.
astronaut.
Here we
Mike,
go.
you're going to do a tough V
Big
cut.
cut.
Okay, it might
Take
be a
that
Z
lane.
cut. Might be a
Take
Y
that
cut.
lane.
Make a strong cut. All right?
Footwork.
Go right to the
I need
basket
footwork.
for an easy bucket.
Sneaker squeak.
Right?
Sneaker squeak. High off that
Boom.
glass. That's deuce, baby.
It's 2
Deuce.
points.
The fourth and final frame is underway in the final game of the 10th annual Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic. Joe Hillman, Barry Brown, and Sylvester Williams. We are tied at 44 between Grayson and Peachtree Ridge. Peachtree Ridge in possession, all in white tops, blue numbers, red trim. Grayson all in gray, all in green with gold numbers. Richard Rivers is short. Akin Samoa inside cannot get the rebound to go back in. And a foul call, no jump ball.
Oh.
And it will go to the Grayson Rams. Barry, do you want to see the jump ball be an actual jump ball in high school games?
Yes.
Okay. Floater, no. I think the way basketball is played now, the rules in the high school game have not caught up with the amount of basketball and the talent of basketball.
Look, in 5 years, high school basketball will be played
10 minutes, okay.
Or halves.
No halves.
Never.
No halves, please, God.
I like halves.
No. Malone, shot was deflected. Comes off the BJ Knight. Fight for it, foul on Knight. Knight arguing his case there. And for people that don't like the 10-minute quarters, I'm going to tell you this. High school game, we don't have as many stoppages. So high school game right now is about an hour and a half. That'll make it an hour and 45 minutes. I'm good with it.
Nah, I think time, man. I think with so many stoppages, man, in high school, especially if you don't change the alternating possession, you know, that 10-minute quarter, because you remember,
Clock still need to stop.
It's got to be 3 games. 3 games has to be played. The JV usually plays the girls and the boys.
Okay, Slide. Look, we talk.
It's time.
JVs can play on different days, man. It's not the whole traditional high school.
Everything comes down to financial.
But it's not the old high school. This ain't your mama high school. We got to do everything on Thursday at 3 o'clock. That ain't it, man. Has there been a girls game played today? Has there been a JV game played today? I rest my case.
This is a showcase. This is
exactly.
The regular season game.
Every time they play, it's a showcase. Over the back, not called Davion Smith. He goes in and loses it again. I don't know. Open 3, no. Rebound comes off. I would like to see the jump ball. I'm going to do you this. I'm not going to say I want 10-minute quarters. I want 9-minute quarters and a 30-second shot clock. If you keep it at 8 minutes, I want a 25-second shot clock.
Well, shot clock will make the games go faster, though.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying you got this. Because, listen, if you got a 5-6 point lead with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter,
most high school teams hold the ball, and it had me ready just to wring somebody's neck if I sit here and see a coach holding the ball with 2 minutes to go. But on the other side, you the coach, you trying to win. That's why you need that shot clock. And talking to David Dickerson from Hoop Kids up in D.C., and he was saying the whole D.C. area is about to go to the shot clock.
I mean, come on.
Not only the WCA, he's talking about the whole D.C. area.
But still, the WCAC, I mean, look, you got so many people there in the DMV playing against the WCAC schools, and they're seeing the advantage that WCAC schools are having. So, I mean, and they're not going to stop playing them. There's no duck season around. So, hopefully Georgia will get to the point where we can have the shot clock. Cost is not a factor,
And another thing, it prepares the kids for college.
Exactly. That's what it's about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Getting them prepared.
Because I don't know an AAU tournament now that don't have a shot clock.
Yep.
I think high school now is in different levels, and I hate to say it, there's 2 levels. We have a high school team, or we have a high school program.
Yeah.
And I think we are getting more and more programs, and the high school teams kind of stick with the traditional ways.
And the teams are holding back the program.
Exactly.
Not only the program, they're just holding back the game.
There you go. How do we always get on that soapbox in every broadcast?
Because it's so serious.
Because it needs to be done.
It needs to be changed.
47-44, Joel Hillman, Barry Browner, Sylvester Williams, the powers that be. Do you have that power? B.J. Knight spins it to Williams. Williams open three. Good, Christian Williams. Peachtree Reds now sending a message to a top 5 team that they are legitimate.
Hey, like you said, Joe, you asked me a question where they laying in the woods waiting. It's them. It's Newton laying in the woods.
Yeah.
Hey.
And seeing Newton at Maynard Jackson at the Hawks and A. Smith, I like what I saw out of Newton.
Yeah.
Amani Davis, I wrote.
Harris.
Amani Harris. I like, he got a little bit bigger, and he seems like he got a little bit of attitude, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like that. And Tyrese Brown still can shoot the lights out. The new point guard they have,
Sean Smith.
Fits in perfectly. And Trey Clark does what Trey Clark does.
Tatum, no good. You know what, though, when Sly saying that this is a showcase, I think we're going to get very close to the point where these showcases and these tournaments within Georgia, they'll start going to the shot clock.
Mm-hmm.
And region play and in state play, no, but in these type of events, you want to play, you're going to be playing with the shot clock. Josh Smith leaks out and scores on the break, his first field goal.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, what's stopping that is just a bunch of old stuffy heads at the GHSA who don't want to give up a little bit of power and let these tournaments have the right to make their own rules.
2 turnovers.
Up ahead, layup good. Well, now the tournaments, they can do that. I'm going to have to check, but I think they can do that. They can't? I don't know. It's kind of like what's going on in North Carolina this year. Certain events are being able to use the shot clock.
The GHSA has so much control over tournaments, they don't even allow dunking in the pregame. If they wanted to outlaw dunking, they could outlaw dunking in the pregame warm-ups.
Don't put no good. Well, it is. I'm not going to jump on the GHSA like that now. They do have a difficult job, and they do have multiple sports to consider, but I just think at some point the advancement of society needs to be kept up with high school. It's no longer just high school anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, in Georgia, the GHSA, it is football and then everything else.
I'm trying to get out of this with you before you get me going down the road, Sly. This is airwaves now. This is airwaves. Williams at the free throw line. Good.
As much as we all love basketball and we all recognize and acknowledge the talent, the basketball talent that's in the state of Georgia, this is still the South. This is still football first.
2:56 to go, 51-48. Free throws are good from Christian Williams. One of the nation's top events returns to SUV TV this November, this week. Holiday Hoops Giving, 2 gems, 28 games, one unmatched experience, and some of the state and country's best compete in Atlanta on November the 23rd and 24th at Holy Innocents Episcopal School. The 5th annual Holiday Hoops Giving, exclusively on SUV TV. 2:46 to go. There's a drive by Tatum. Tatum reverse, up no, rebound comes off, kicks it back out. Smith recovers. Davion drives over to Shefflin, who will go up and score. Ian Shefflin's so talented. I forget he's a sophomore. By his senior year, he won't be putting that extra dribble on the floor. My bad, Ian. Keep hooping hard. 52-50. Ball tipped and knocked out of bounds.
52-50, y'all. Peachtree Ridge was up 6 at one point. Grayson got 2 turnovers. Cut the lead down. Peachtree Ridge comes back, hits the bucket. Now you get a bucket right there. Now we have 52-50.
Smith around the screen from Hallman. Hallman puts it on the floor. Jump stops. Jumper good. Rico Hallman. 14 points in the contest for Hallman, and we're tied at 52. These two teams have been neck and neck, back and forth. Under 2 minutes, 4th quarter. Williams hesitates. Williams stops, feeds it in. There's Hosey. Hosey turns, shot up, back iron, no. Rebound comes off. I forgot about Hosey. Man, did he have him a second quarter. Here's Josh Smith. Smith now stops, kicks it back to Davion Smith, and a timeout call by Joffrey Pierce and the Grayson Rams. At Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, the sports medicine team doesn't just treat the pain for sports injuries. They work with young athletes to fix the problem and teach them proper sports mechanics. When you choose Children's, you're in the hands of specialists who understand how to help young athletes get back in the game. Visit choa.org/sportsmed to learn more. Also be able to experience the Oaks Course in Covington, home of superb greens and friendly tees. The Oaks Course is open every day except Christmas and located at 11240 Brown Bridge Road in Covington, Georgia. Visit golfoaks.com or call 770-786-3801. The Oaks Course.
You know, Joel, I jokingly but seriously said earlier, that the GHSA puts football a little bit more than everything else. Now, this is more your wheelhouse. How is that hierarchy broken down in the GHSA when it comes to the leadership and who makes the decisions? Do they have a separate organization that makes decisions for each sport, or does the same group of decision makers in the organization make decisions for all the sports?
Collectively as a whole, there is a board. Now, what they do in them closed doors?
Yeah.
52-52. They have a tough job. They do an admirable job. Hey, listen, the GHSA is a lot better than some other associations. I guarantee you that. Hallman a 3, no good. I would like, personally, each sport have their own within that. You look at lacrosse. Not every school plays lacrosse. Lacrosse has areas, and you have different classifications, only 2 classifications. Florida now they've got all these basketball classifications, but nobody really complains about it because the classifications are kind of aligned in a point where it's programmed.
Yeah.
It just – so each state does it better. The South Carolina High School League, they have their little quirks. Georgia High School Association has its quirks. Florida High School State Athletic Association has its quirks. Virginia is different. All of them have their pros and cons. So the GHSA isn't just terrible by any stretch. But in certain sports, we would like to see certain changes made and certain parameters held because of the advancement and involvement of the athletes and those that are attempting to play and get scholarships. And I'm going to leave it right there.
Big miss by Cam right there. It makes it a 53-52 ball game, y'all.
He split them. He has 11 on the day. Final 45 seconds. Here's Davion Smith across the timeline. Peachtree Ridge got a good crowd across the way. They started stomping on them bleachers. 30 seconds. Smith. Back out. Josh Smith drives to Shefflin, goes up and scores. Ian Shefflin, a magnificent game. 54-53, final 20 seconds. Coach Diggs wants a timeout right now when he crosses the timeline with 15 and 5/10 seconds remaining. All right, let's take a look at it. Big Ian Shefflin inside, Barry.
Ian Shefflin does work, man.
16 points for Ian Shefflin.
Hey, guess what he does? He kisses that ball off the glass, man, using that glass to his advantage. Nice look by Josh Smith, though. Remember now, this guy used to be a quarterback.
At a football school, since, we were kind of talking about.
At the Grayson University. I'm just telling you. I know my history with Grayson, man.
We know you spent some time
I spent some time at Grayson, man. And, hey, look, that field house is, man.
The Georgia high schools are just on another level.
Yeah.
They're on another level. And even if you get into some of your school districts where things are a little tricky, even with the Cab or Clayton or Macon public schools, Columbus City schools, Albany schools, still overall, listen, why Georgia's in advancement, everybody's moving here.
Yep.
It's transient now. All right, 54-53, 15 and 5/10 seconds. But you guys know now, they follow me on Twitter and follow me on SCBT. You know I love my national ball. I got some national ball coming up in the hoops giving. So You know I love my national ball, man. I love my national balls.
Yeah.
And I love Georgia. Nothing better than the WCAC, though. I'm sorry. In the country, period.
You know, speaking of the national ball, the one I'm waiting on is Legacy. Legacy versus
So you see all the Georgia boys?
Huntington Prep. This is South Carolina team.
With all the Georgia boys?
South Carolina team.
Oh, dang.
And Huntington Prep. I'm waiting on that national game. That's one of the games I want to see, though. Legacy and Huntington Prep.
Only thing you need to know about that game is a young man out of Cobb County named Jalen McQuarrie.
Yes, sir.
One of the hardest playing kids I've seen in a long time. I don't even think I pay to go to games. I might pay money to go see Jalen McQuarrie.
Watch SUV TV whenever and wherever you want. Streaming live and on demand on Amazon Fire TV, Roku TV, Apple TV, and Android TV. Visit watchsuvtv.com to watch full game broadcasts, replays, and select original content. 15 and 5, 10 seconds. Grayson on defense, and they will have Tatum, Josh and Devin Smith, Rico Harmony, and Shefflin. Knight in Iola. Iola goes up and is fouled.
Oh.
13 and 8 seconds. That was the play in the timeout.
Well, I didn't get a chance to ask my question. Would you have held for the last? Guess he just pulled my plan.
No, that's what I'm saying. That was planned.
But, you know, I like that right now because everybody expects you to wait for that last second shot. But you go ahead and force the issue real quick.
Good. We're tied. Put it in the hands of your defense now. 54-54. Looking over at Coach Joffrey Pierce. I want to see if he's going to spend the time out. Free throw. Good. 1 point game.
Now that's the next rule I'll change right there. Instead of having to take that ball out on the end line.
Wait, who called the timeout?
Who called the timeout?
I want to see Peachtree Ridge called the timeout. So it doesn't matter. But I'm with you, the advancement of the ball. That's what we're talking about. Jump ball, shot clock, and being able to advance. And Barry, you even like the restricted area.
Oh, of course. We talked about that last night.
The restricted area.
I don't like it. We saw a couple of calls last night that could have easily have went the other way. Guys were too deep. No, I don't like that. All right, a little coaching tidbit.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to be curious to see what Coach Diggs does right here. If I was Coach Diggs, I would be putting pressure on the ball. I'm going to make it hard for them to get the ball up before. I'm not, a lot of guys want to sit back and say, okay, you know what? We're going to, we'll let them come to us. No. It's 13.8 seconds left. I'm going to make you spend 6 to 7 seconds getting this ball up the floor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, he didn't take my advice. I guess that's why I'm over here.
But now Coach Pierce could have drawn up something where they get it to half court and call your timeout. Because they did not have to burn the timeout. Smith gives it in to Tatum. Tatum comes up with 12 seconds. Cross the timeline with 10. Tatum spins. Fell down. A turnover. A steal. Christian Williams, they have to give the foul immediately. Javon Tatum slipped and fell down as he crossed the timeline of turnover of epic proportions at the wrong part of the game. Shefflin had to give the foul. They still got a shot now. Ball game is not over. Even if both free throws goes to a one-possession game and you have time. Coach Pierce has grabbed the clipboard across the way. Coach Diggs, hands on his hip. Oh, it's the 1-and-1. Oh, big free throws. Christian Williams, 2 of 2 on the day. Good. Now let's see. Was a timeout call?
Oh.
56-54. I would not.
I would have put the ball in. I actually would have put the ball in Davian Smith's hands.
Free throw good.
That's what I'm thinking.
Timeout call. 57-54. Peachtree Ridge with a 3-point lead. 5 and 9, 10 seconds. Grayson has one more timeout left. My first display is 2 plays now. Get it to half court as quickly as possible.
Oh yeah, so you know, so again. Well, actually, Coach
what
D,
it does is add strategy because now once you cross that, you have to inbound on the side.
right.
Taking a look at the Javon Tatum turnover, though, went to make the spin, fell down, and then Christian Williams was right there. Ian Shefflin had to come and give the foul quickly.
Diggs halfway listened because he did put a little pressure on the ball.
Experience the Oak Course in Covington, home of superb greens and friendly tees. The Oaks Course is open every day except Christmas and located at 11240 Brown Bridge Road in Covington. Visit golfoaks.com or call 770-786-3801. The Oaks Course. Joel Hillsman, Barry Browner, Sylvester Williams here with you. 57-54. Peachtree Ridge has the lead. They're in white. Grayson is in possession. They are in green. Shefflin, Smith, Hallman, Smith, and now they have put in Michael Howard. Cole off the bench.
But watch Michael Howard last week. Hit a couple threes.
Shoot.
Yep, shoot.
They're not going to guard the inbound, man, and they're going to double team. Smith looks. He has to get it in short to Hallman. Hallman with 4. Hallman with 3, and foul given. Oh, nice foul there. He goes to the free throw line to 1-1. Outstanding job by Marcus Diggs. Outstanding coaching job by Marcus Diggs.
And that's perfect. You let that time run off the clock, and then foul him before he gets that shot off.
It's the 1-1. Hallman on the day, let me check it, is 2 of 3. So you technically have to make the first one and miss the second one and get Shefflin or Tajay Kelly to tip it back in, and that's what the height is on the floor
if that happens to Peachtree Ridge again, I'll cry for Peachtree Ridge.
Hallman free throw good. Now, throw the percentages out the window. You have to miss this one.
Oh, man, we saw this last night.
You have to know how to miss it, too, if that makes any sense.
And look, they're talking. They're saying box out the shooter. They are talking to each other. You have to shoot it.
He made it. Why do you make it? Foul given. Why do you make the free throw?
Oh, man.
57-56. Okay. 2 and 1 10-second.
Number 2, Christian Williams at the line, shooting 1-1.
Peachtree Ridge was ready for the miss, too. I mean.
Yeah, the ghost of Michigan Note pass.
Christian Williams at the line. This is the 1-1 now. And he smartly missed it. Shefflin rebound, throws it long. He smartly missed it. Peachtree Ridge has pulled an upset of a top 5 team in the state. 57-56. The Peachtree Ridge Lions have defeated the Grayson Rams in the final game of the 10th annual Jarrett Cook Tip-Off Classic. Oh, my, what a game.
Wow.
That's the way to end the nightcap.
Hey,
right?
Peachtree Ridge, I think they just kicked the door in a little bit.
10 players scored for Peachtree Ridge. 13 from Cam Iola, 9 from Christian Williams, 9 from B.J. Knight, 5 from Richard Rivers, 6 from Amari Davis, and 6 from Paul Hosey. For Grayson, 16 from Rico Hallman, 12 from Davion Smith. Ian Shefflin finishes with 16. So 16 for Hallman, 16 for Shefflin. Well, for our entire crew, Mario Mays, Sylvester Williams, Barry Brown, our entire camera crew, and everyone, especially you, the viewer, we want to thank you for tuning in here on SUV TV to the 10th annual Jarrett Cook Tip-Off Classic. Remember, we're back live from Holiday Hoopsgiving. One of the nation's top events begins this week. Holiday Hoopsgiving, 2 gyms, 28 games, 1 unmatched experience as some of the states and countries best compete in Atlanta on November the 23rd and the 24th at Holy Innocents Episcopal School. Until next time, I'm Joe Hillsman. We'll see you down the road right here, the SUVTV.com.